You're a Philly fan. Yeah.
No,
on,
I'm not a
man.
Phillies fan. They just happen to be on right now.
Yo, your team can't win them all, nigga.
That's not
I
my
mean,
team.
they won the World Series. I bet you was
Well,
on that list.
Nigga,
2009?
I'm a Marlins fan.
Are you? They be
Mhm.
winning championships, but they lose all their players the next season.
Yep, that's what happens anytime we get close to doing anything.
That's because they don't have.
We
That's
lose
'cause,
all
like,
our players the next year.
isn't the Marlins like one of the poorest teams?
Yeah, it's a small market. That's fucking
But they be winning
baseball
championships
problems.
though.
You can win. That's not the issue. The issue is when the other team see you.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slowly.
Process.
All right, ladies and gentlefucks, welcome to One Tree Hill. It's me, it's TRAV, and I got D Black and Manny
what it
and
is.
Dave.
Dave.
Thank God that wasn't going the new workout.
Why you
as well.
stuttering, nigga?
In the famous words of Biggie, rub your dicks if you love hip hop.
No.
No,
You dig. I'm sorry?
You know, Biggie said a lot of questionable shit.
He really did.
That
I
was.
thought he said grab your dicks, if I'm not mistaken. Either way.
Yeah.
Either way. Either way.
Oh,
Suspect.
You know what they always say about that? It was a different era.
It was a different era, man. Nobody thought that was gay when he said it.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
You know.
Because it was a different era.
Now we live in the era of pause.
That's like, who was it that said, he said, was it Ice Cube that said, I roll with a real big clique, real niggas with big dicks? I think so. He said, and I was like, why?
You know,
I guess.
Why?
Why?
people sometimes
That's how we open up the conversation.
say some shit and then nobody questions it. Don't know why.
Biggie said a lot of gay
Mhm.
shit.
Biggie had,
But yet the
Like-
same dudes like that were grown ass men during that different era now.
They mad at niggas doing
nah,
gay shit.
alright, here's the thing. There's one thing to say something questionable. It's another thing to be questionable in general. Everything about you is, I don't know about this nigga, man.
Man, dudes from that era were fans of RuPaul. That's all I gotta say.
Nigga,
You was a lie.
so
Biggie say some shit like I suck your daddy dick or some shit like
yeah,
that.
You look so good, I'll
Look
suck
so
your
good.
daddy's dick. Yeah.
you
But you know
know,
who said that before? Richard Pryor.
you know, all this talk right now is going to trigger the gay community. We don't got no gay fans.
We don't have
gay,
fans, nigga.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Man,
Hey,
Get
we
that kind of attention.
hey, we got
You
like
just
3
handle
people.
Nigga, we've
Look.
been doing a podcast for damn near 3 years and we have like 3 fans.
more than
I'll
three.
say this. I said it. If we get that kind of attention or that kind of like hate, then we embrace it like WWE style. Negative attention is good attention.
Yo,
They
D-Black,
don't
buy us
embrace
some
that crap
followers,
like that.
Yo, D-Black, go buy us a follower.
Nah, nigga, I ain't buying shit.
Tell Naz if he's not gonna show to at least promote our post on Facebook for $5 a week.
Nah, man, he's gonna be on a podcast with Gina.
Oh, alright. Hi, Gene. I don't even know who Gene is.
You know
Nah,
what
Gina's cool
I mean?
people.
Yeah, Gino.
Gina's
Cool.
cool peoples. I'm just saying, Nas, be on your own goddamn podcast, man.
Yeah.
We're
Get
gonna
your
take your name off this shit.
get your schedule changed, yo. Free up your
What
Thursdays.
you mean? Even when he's available, he ain't gonna be on the show. You don't remember him streaming the same day we were doing the show?
Yeah, I do.
It was one of those like staring to the camera moments in a TV show.
What's
Anyway,
the-
wrestling.
Oh yeah, the Miz kicked off Raw, which is
But we do have somebody else in the chat who went and answered and said, "I'm a fan. I'm just not a very active one." Name Archon.
Hey, the Archon.
Is that like Mr. Zircon?
Mr. Zir, yo, that's my dude.
Mr. Zircon.
That's like the best freaking weapon
Because he talks so much shit.
Oh, so we gonna talk about Miz in the midst of
Yeah,
Ross
so the
getting their ass whooped.
Miz came out, yeah, and then he said that they wanted Jason Jordan because blah 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 blah, and then Kurt comes out and says
Baba
that
boy.
Jason Jordan is not in the building for some reason, but
No, he
that
said that he was
had-
getting ready for a match. He's not showing up.
oh, that's right, he was in the building. He faced that one freaking jobber.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he said that he was gonna give him a much better guest for his show, and that guest was the unannounced Beast.
hmm
Brock
Which was
Lesnar.
funny because he did shit on Lesnar. I give him credit for that.
Yeah.
He said everything that everybody else was thinking. He's
That
like,
was a
you
cool
show.
Suplex City shirt though. I like the blue one. I hope they sell those. I like the blue variant.
I give Miz props for being honest because he was saying some real shit.
Well, about how he's like, it's not about if he's gonna lose, it's who's gonna end up beating him, and
Yeah.
he's like, I'll say good riddance if you're gonna leave.
Pretty much.
I'm with the words.
And then Paul Heyman insisted to turn this into a fight simulation by
Yeah.
having each member of the Mistourage.
I didn't
Yeah,
know where he
yeah.
was going with that because he set up that whole thing by saying, he's like, Miz, I don't know if you and your wife role play, but me, I'm into
Yeah.
the role play. And then he's like, I thought he was just going to run through a scenario just by talking. He's like, man, you could be Roman, you could be Samoa Joe, you could be Braun. Now, it said then he was like, I'm going to give you a preview of against SummerSlam. Then he just whooped all their ass.
Yeah, Lesnar just clean house. He turned that into a slobber knocker move. Whooped everyone's ass. I do like that we're getting a lot more unannounced Brock Lesnar appearances.
Because they're not
I do
making
like-
him out. He has to show up and do work. That's a work
Yeah,
for
I
that
do like
person
that,
on
though.
contract.
Yeah, I like that. 'Cause I like the surprise. You know, we barely get that with him, which sucks because he's their world champion. But we barely get that, and I like that now. You know, we're getting more and more. I hope he has to do this again on Monday because next Sunday is SummerSlam. He has to show up.
Nigga, I hope Braun throws an office chair at him.
That would
was
be
so-
hilarious.
We'll get to that. What was next? Seth Rollins.
I feel
faced
like they're gonna like with Seth and not Seth, with Braun and Brock. They're not gonna really interact that much in the match. I hope they do, but I don't.
Oh, they
think so.
better. They better.
It's gonna. The obvious is gonna happen where they're gonna have like a big standoff where it's just him, and everybody in Brooklyn's gonna cheer because it's Brooklyn.
I think everyone's just gonna go with. I think Joe's gonna go after Lesnar, and then Braun and Reigns are just two magnets at this point.
Yeah, and then they're gonna take them out, and then there's gonna be that huge. I'm calling this right now. They're gonna be that. There's gonna be that huge standoff in the middle of the ring between the both of them, and that crowd is gonna go wild because it's Brooklyn. That crowd is crazy. So yeah,
I just hope that we get. I want to see all those guys beat each other up in that match. I just don't want to see like. I don't want it to feel like a tag match.
Oh,
everyone
it's
to, like,
going to end up
really-
devolving into a tag match at one point or another. You know it is.
Oh, you think Braun and Brock are gonna team up? Take out Reigns for some reason.
It don't matter. Somebody going to beat us. He's like, on the road, whoever's the most dominant between Brock and Strowman, that's who everybody's going to gang up on.
Yeah.
And the last time they went off face to face, it was Brock. You thought it was going to be competitive between the two of them when Braun was in a Wyatt family, because when Braun came in, he was. I feel like when he first came in, he was doing what he was doing before now, but as far as dominating people, it's set to a higher extent where like nobody could get offense on him. And then when Brock showed up, it was like, yeah, I'm gonna whoop you and your two other niggas ass.
Yeah. And
You didn't say that.
He didn't, but that's what he did. That's what I'm saying.
if he had the mic, he would have said it much
Think
more.
Brock- you think Brock's gonna lose in 2 weeks?
Yes.
Yeah, probably. It'd be good.
Probably.
I want a goddamn world champion on a fucking show.
Yeah, I like seeing my world champion every week on the show.
Unless it was like Triple H during his Evolution days where he straight up. See, now I don't know how I feel about that. Where like Triple H straight up barely ever had a match on Raw, but he was champion like all the time.
Yeah.
2004, he barely defended that belt on Raw.
He barely had a match on Raw. He just showed up.
Yeah, he barely. Yeah, he just showed up on the suit and it was always like Ric Flair and Batista in a tag match and Orton defending his Intercontinental title.
The Evolution would end up fighting the guys he would be facing against. Yeah.
Man, that was when Triple H had like that really fluffy hair.
Yeah.
Like he barely wet it. It was just always like
He had that Ric Flair hair.
It's weird. I was like, man, this dude looks like he looks like the old '80s Ric Flair.
Yeah.
I was like, man, what's going on with Triple
And
H's hair?
now this nigga got a season shit.
Yeah, he's damn near bald. I think he is bald. Either that or his hair is just so blonde that it blends in with, like it just blends in with his skin. I think he's bald at this point.
Who?
Triple H.
That is like a skin fade.
He's balding to the point where he just said, "Fuck it, it's
No,
coming."
not bald. I mean, I'm talking about his haircut now. Like
Oh,
it's
that
almost
ultra
looks like
low thinning
bald,
hair.
but
Yeah,
just
he's
like-
balding.
That's usually how I keep my shit. Well, not ultra low, but that's because
No,
I got mad
You're
dark
not
hair
balding though.
though.
Yeah, you have dark hair. That's what I'm saying. Like I think his hair is just so light colored that it just looks like he's fully
I
bald.
mean, it works for him. It's a
Yeah,
different
it does,
Triple
yeah.
H.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I was like, what the fuck did he do?
Yeah, because at first he didn't cut it too short. It just looked like a.
Nah,
Like
when he had that
a
low cut,
Burt Mac.
I was like, this is Triple H.
It almost looked like a fro, like a.
Hold on.
When he first cut his hair, it looked a little odd, but then when he changes up his style, I was like, okay, that looks cool. So what else? Rollins faced Sheamus after that. Sheamus picking up the win. They beat the hell out of him, and we don't get Ambrose.
Nope. He wouldn't say he wasn't gonna show up if you did that shit again.
Like,
It's just
Bag.
like when he cashed their money in the bank on him. Yo, he stayed true to his word.
yeah, he's gonna cash it that same night.
It was like when he's like, yo, when Rollins just came back, beat Reigns for the championship, and then he was pissed off the next night because fucking Dean Ambrose cashed in on him. He's like, yo, why you so mad? I told you what I was gonna do.
Exactly. But yeah, that builds up for later on in the night. Jason Jordan won a squash match against some local guy.
Yeah,
I don't know
because
why they have
apparently
to-
he was supposed to. What was he supposed to face?
He's supposed
Kurt
to fight
Axel?
Kurt Axel. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
got
got
his
injured
ass.
because of that Brock beat
Yeah.
down.
It just so happened to be a guy standing around for no
So
reason.
you against Jason Jordan. Go.
Before this, like that dude had no purpose there. Apparently,
It's
What he did.
WWE. That's the idea. There's this wrestler standing
Okay.
around doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, just gonna let me stand out there in ring gear in hopes that Kurt Angle notices me so I can get my big break.
First of all, how'd he get back there?
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like he's just, it's just like a random wrestler.
Just
there,
got
like,
random local dudes on standby just in case they need it, yo.
I want to be the local dude on Washington get Austin. Shout out to Austin.
Yo, imagine that they go to Georgia.
Yo, I'll be hyped as fuck, yo. I'll tweet about that shit.
Yes, man.
Austin going to job to like the next big dude in
Yeah,
WWE.
'cause I'm gonna say because they don't want the guy he's jobbing to be smaller than he is.
Oh, so you gonna get his ass whooped by Big Cass?
They have like Jason Jordan facing Austin. He's gonna be looking up the whole time. That'd be cool if they let Austin hit his finisher on him.
They ain't.
Freaking
Mainly
double
because
chest.
Jason Jordan's a diesel ass wrestler and fucking Austin's tall, but he.
Yeah,
Kinda
but then
skinny.
like next thing you know, Austin, if it does work for Austin, he gets a James Ellsworth like response.
Oh my god, that'd be cool.
Hey, James
Uh,
Ellsworth was local talent that they hired out of nowhere, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
now
gonna talk about
he's
James Ellsworth in a bit too.
Hey, I wanted them to sign Johnny Knockout, but no, they went James Ellsworth.
James Ellsworth.
Johnny Knockout likes big sweaty men, nigga.
That was hilarious.
I was like, why the fuck would you even say that?
Hey man, you gotta build up the gimmick, whatever that gimmick was.
I was like, why the fuck? It's like, who the fuck? I was like,
I
I could not, like, grasp my head around even saying that. He's like, oh, why you want to be against, it's like, take this match
'cause that
against
was
Braun
his answer to
Strowman?
being there, yeah.
Because I like big, sweaty men. I was like, what?
don't say that.
That was his answer to that question. Like, okay. What else? Okay, so Bailey came out and confirmed what was announced earlier in the day by WWE.com that she is out of SummerSlam due to a separated shoulder.
Yep, and we finally got a crowd that was willing to boo Bailey.
Yeah, the crowd booed Bailey, and then when she said that she was
Canada, we
Hey,
hate
in other
this
cities,
big booty shit.
she's like,
in
oh, I
other
want
cities,
the
she's
ones that
considered the
want to
John Cena of the women's division. I don't know about all
I
that.
say
but-
she's more like Sami Zayn.
maybe, yeah, kind of
What are we talking about in terms of what?
like, I don't know. I don't want to say push wise, but they're always put in a position like they're the underdog.
But
Yeah.
she wasn't the underdog in NXT before Asuka. She was like the most dominant woman there.
What?
And
Before she
dominant,
beat
I mean,
Sasha, she lost to Charlotte like what,
she
like
had a
6
short-
times for the
okay.
championship, nigga?
She had a short run where she was like one of the dominant women there.
A short run.
I don't know.
She
She's been
champion
in
for like not a year, like almost up to a year.
yeah.
She won SummerSlam 2015. Not SummerSlam, Takeover. SummerSlam weekend 2015.
That awesome
And
ass
lost
match.
it at WrestleMania weekend.
To
Yeah,
Asuka.
that wasn't that was a while.
I wouldn't say she was dominant though. I'll just say she beat Sasha because of circumstance. Because by the time Sasha lost the championship, she was already on the main roster.
Yeah, and then the rematch she was on the main roster. Then the rematch she was on the main roster. She did 3 takeover shows.
That Iron Man match was epic though.
That was cool. But Sasha was still a heel.
Mm-hmm.
Making Izzy cry.
That was when she was on the main roster doing cool ass shit with Team Bad. It would come out to the ring randomly and just dance and like do whatever the fuck they was doing.
Unity.
I remember one time they went down to the ring unannounced, no music. They were just dancing and you see me in the back of the camera shot. He's like, yeah.
Getting crazy. So yeah, out of this announcement, we got 2 triple threat matches on Raw, and winners of both those matches will face 1-on-1 next week to get the number 1 contender.
So,
Bad thing about this is that is happening literally the go home Raw to SummerSlam.
Yeah. So
So
Sasha
there's gonna be like no build,
Yep.
nothing. It's just gonna.
What do you
be
mean? I thought that was being settled next week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
and
what
it's
I'm
the
saying.
go
Oh, yeah,
home.
that is
It's
the go
not
home.
number 1 contender.
Oh shit!
That's like
My bad.
it's just like I'm facing you at SummerSlam and that's it. It's literally like Here Comes the Pain when you win a number 1 contendership shot and you just don't face the guy until the pay-per-view.
See,
get the
that's
little
why.
nice
That's
black and
why
white
they
picture.
needed a SummerSlam burrito. They fucked
Why
up.
don't they just put it on Sunday night? All right, whoa.
Sunday Night Heat.
Yeah.
Nani.
yeah.
See, you're talking like me
Main
now. I'm
event.
watching Attitude Era Raw. Main event. Jesus.
There is no Sunday Night Heat on the network though.
No, there isn't. That's why every time they're like, "Oh, last night on Sunday Night Heat," I'm like, "Oh, I ain't see it.
They don't have it.
Nope, don't know what you're talking about." And it sucks because they actually put storylines in there. You're just like, I don't get it. But whatever. What else? Okay, so the first triple threat match was Sasha versus Alicia Fox versus Emma, and that match
Tight-
went just
tight
as I
ass.
thought it was gonna be.
Tight ass body.
The ref really did mess up in that Emma count though, because that was a 3, clear as day.
Just like
when
that
she,
NXT.
when she rolled
just-
up Alicia Fox and then he fucked it up. But
They might justify that. They might make it as another triple threat.
No, they ain't.
yeah, oh, they're not. Sasha Banks won that one. We get a a Braun Strowman promo for some reason backstage. And it's funny because there's only so many ways he can say the same thing each time he faces Roman Reigns. It's always the same thing, but he just
I like
words it different.
beating the shit out of Roman Reigns because he's a bitch.
Yeah,
I like
except
whooping
now,
his ass.
now he's like around him that the big dog is just a puppy.
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, cool, that's different.
You know
saying
what
that-
I do when I
Playing
see
Streets
big.
of Rage.
You know what I see when I see a
What do you
big
mean?
dog charging to me. I throw a
Somebody
chair
listen
at
to
his
Streets
face.
of Rage music.
That was such a dope spot. But before we get to that, Enzo Amore has been the talk ever since last week's Bring It to the Table.
Enzo Amore sucks ass.
Hey, Jared.
Hey, is everybody's favorite
So, yeah,
butt. Yeah.
the one thing I don't like
Dave, shut
is
up.
that this is essentially Big Cass and Enzo, but with Big Show. And I don't see what was the point of separating Enzo if he's just going to be paired with somebody else anyway.
Nobody knows.
That's because I thought, isn't it because that he has a lot of backstage heat with a lot of people, and they guess they kind of punish him?
Well, apparently so does Big Cass, and they ain't stopping him
Yeah, Big
trying to
Cass-
do whatever with him.
It's because he's a Trump supporter.
That's because he's a big man.
Is Vince McMahon a Trump supporter? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes,
Yeah,
he is.
he's
Cool.
He's a super Trump supporter. Dave, you kidding me?
Trump is in the Hall of Fame.
Why are we watching WWE content?
Oh yeah, let's stop.
You're
Let's
saying that like I like Big Cass.
You don't like Big Cass? He's the coolest.
Like,
He's the
man,
only
I
man in
want to
WWE that
support
goes
Braun,
through
yo.
different
I want to
theme songs to the
All
support.
right, without going into politics, let's go back to the storyline, boy.
How can
Nigga,
not
why you
like
asking the
Big
question, nigga?
But didn't Big Cass go through like 3 different like theme songs in the course of a week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The CFOs suck. It's just if look CFO
No,
guys,
They have
they got some good tracks, but recently some of y'all themes just suck.
Yeah.
Y'all have some great hits. Y'all got some terrible hits.
So
Y'all
wait,
need to go
were
back
they
to some
like
great hits.
were they just like not prepared for Big Cass, like, or whatever the case is?
No.
Because like all of his theme songs were trash or
They
didn't fit his
using-
character.
They're using basic garage band and Reason beats.
Remember when a wrestler had a cool theme song and they turned heel and they slowed it down?
Bring back
Since
Jim
they-
Johnson. Bring back.
He's never left. He's
He
still there.
didn't go nowhere.
He in a
But
fucking
they-
films department doing music for that shit.
Yeah, they have him doing like movies and stuff. Like that. You know, he essentially
Nah,
got. Let's put it that way.
But nobody watches they damn movies.
just put in, just
Let's see the new one they have.
Just bring him back and then bring in like Clint Menso or something like that, or John Williams or something like that.
Whenever they had a wrestler
Yo,
on heel,
If you say that, they're gonna
Yo,
get
you know
they're
what?
gonna get a flow
You know what they
rider.
need to do? You know what they need to do? Hire the Alchemist.
oh my god.
Is the Alchemist short for Flow Rider?
Nah, just bring in Eminem as a producer.
No, because you're gonna get a bunch of people's themes who sound exactly the fucking same.
Nah. You know who they should bring in as a
What?
Knife Wonder? Bring a Knife Wonder. They can afford him.
Nah, man.
Flow
Bring in,
Rider.
bring in the whole Just Us League.
Just us, yeah. Why not? Right? Why not? Why?
Have their producers do everybody's interests.
I still think that they should have him come out with Enzo's instrumental, but him rapping over it.
I'm soft and sloppy.
He's like, hey,
Oh, he,
my name's Big Cass. I'm whooping
He don't even sound like that. He sounds like he's half like mentally challenged.
Well, I can't do his fucking voice because
It's really not hard. All you have to do is talk like this.
yeah,
Nah,
but
just,
the thing is, yo, my voice, like he has a different tone of voice than me, and my shit is like
I know.
kind of deeper than him.
Nah, just have Kanye West do like instrumentals for WWE.
No, cause then it's gonna be all samples, and then they gotta clear all that shit, and then and then a bunch of talent's gonna get fired because then they have to pay for all the damn samples in the songs.
Do the work.
okay, so Endo and Big Show, was it? They faced off against the Club. The Club got the win. Also, it was announced during that match that we're not going to see the Revival for a while again.
Yeah, because
now
fucking Scott Dawson.
Dawson has a torn bicep.
Yeah.
hmm
So
So there goes that push.
I don't. Yeah, they have a really bad stigma,
hmm
and that was also the reason why the Hardys were not on Raw, which means the Hardys have nothing to do next Sunday at SummerSlam.
They're
Nope.
not broken. They are not awoken. Yeah, they're not broken.
They're not booked
They-
either, so hey. They're not
How
even
they
the
gonna have
book.
the Hardys not have them? They're gonna find a match for them to have. I can feel it.
They're not.
You don't think so? It just be. I mean, it'd be weird to not see. It.
They probably gonna have like a big ass promo. I'm assuming they're probably gonna have like a big ass promo. Probably gonna
Leads
come out
to the
during.
return of New Cool. Wow,
Cool.
the new
New cool, man.
Hey,
Do
man,
they
New
have
Cool.
kids yet?
Yeah,
Jerry
New Cool,
Lawler,
where they just
is Jerry Lawler's son still not talking to him?
I don't know their personal life. Oh my god, when they brought him back that one episode and the crowd just said like, who the fuck is that
Yeah.
guy?
Oh yeah, he was dancing up a storm and no one
And
knew
then-
who he was. It was painful to watch.
They should have just had him come out in Grandmaster Sexay gear.
This time I heard that theme song like in full, quiet during a show.
You know,
Like, you
because when they were there before, it was still the Attitude Era, so.
Yeah, he
I
had
don't
to
Apparently,
come in-
apparently Jerry Lawler facing Cody Rhodes for his belt. I don't know.
He didn't look like him. Because didn't he come back as Brian Christopher and not
Yeah.
Grandmaster Sexay?
regular clothes, haircut.
Ah,
He was still showing the movie.
Yeah, he
Oh,
should have
man.
came back as Grandmaster Sexay. I didn't for the longest. I didn't know that was his son, but at the same time,
I'm watching the video and
Grandmaster Sexy.
and Jerry Lawler's just like, really?
But the last time they had him was the first ever NXT Takeover.
Yeah, I remember that. He came in, he
Yeah,
did his
they-
little
that-
shit,
Had a
and
tag
he
match.
lost.
They had a tag match against
The
I
Ascension.
believe the Ascension. Yeah. What else? Finn Balor came out talking his shit to Bray Wyatt because that's all these two have been doing for the past weeks. Talking
I
shit to
like
each
that
other.
dynamic.
Bray Wyatt
I just-
came out, and then they chase each other, and then he disappears, and then he shows up on the Titantron. I wanted to say that I missed the superpower era of wrestlers, but now I don't.
No, I do, but you can't do it anymore. What the hell happened to that thing when Bray Wyatt stole fucking Kane and the Undertaker's powers?
Exactly.
That was great.
Nigga,
Yeah,
he
fire
had their
and
powers for like 2 weeks and then they just came out and whooped all the fucking Wyatt family's
The
ass.
Undertaker took it back at Survivor Series.
They didn't take shit back. They just showed up.
Well, I don't know.
Come on, D Black, do you not believe in magic?
Someone remind Bray Wyatt like, hey, you have superpower.
No,
equipped him on your-
somebody
on your-
remind Bray Wyatt that he'll fuck your bitch.
He don't need to remind. We don't need to remind
Hey,
him.
he
He'll
did.
remind you.
He did.
He has
He
a
did.
reminder every night.
Yeah, he's paying weekly too.
He did, and it made JoJo not post on IG no more.
Damn.
Yup.
I ain't never been an Instagram
No,
nigga, so
no more JoJo pose.
He gonna
She
burn
hasn't
him like
posted in, like-
damn, no booty shots.
No more booty
Nope.
shots.
Anyway,
But-
what?
No more bouncing
Obviously-
bootios on her
You
booty
get Charlie
cheeks.
Caruso.
But obviously, Bray's over there blowing her back out, and D Black wants to lick Charlie Caruso's nose, so
Yeah.
let him have her.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
D-Black, come on, bro.
where you been,
Hey
nigga?
man, at least he ain't eating
Come on,
ass.
bro.
Ain't nobody here doing that.
You.
The only one doing that right now is Paige.
What? No, I don't even want that picture in my head, nigga. Shut up.
Moving
No,
on.
you got
D-Black
everything
off.
else. And
D Black gonna find that video.
No, I don't want to find that video.
Anyway,
come on,
match. We had Ambrose versus Cesaro, and if you watch back that, don't watch any edited clips of that. Watch at least a raw footage of it. Cesaro tripped
Oh yeah,
trying
during
to
the
get
entrance,
his spot for his intro, and it was the funniest thing you could see all year.
they should have just ignored it on commentary. I'm like, nigga, why the hell are you talking about that?
That was blatant. I always thought, I don't know why he didn't come from the left side. Why did he come from the right side to cross over?
Cause he's
Like,
a
did he
hill,
just-
yo. He's not here to appease you, nigga.
Hey, like it looked like he missed his cue or some, I don't know. Something.
Shout out to Cesaro for playing Cash Royale on Up Up Down Down.
Or he does that now.
Mean Clash, nigga.
Flash Royale. This is like the second week he just does
Yeah.
Casino Royale. And then next week is gonna be Battle Royale, and then it's
Yeah.
gonna be Royal Rumble.
I'll get it right eventually.
I like Casino Royale. It's a good movie. What else? Okay, so this match ended with Cesaro picking up the win, and then they're whooping his ass again.
Yep.
The same as the previous match, except this time
Seth Metal.
Rollins comes out and helps Ambrose.
Yeah, he just
And
came
this-
out to burn it down, nigga.
Yeah, he came out, and then it was this time when Ambrose was like, you know what, this will work out, and he extends the bro fist. And
Then he's
this
like, nah.
time, he was like, Nah.
Yeah, he said fuck you because he's like, nigga, you an asshole. You didn't want to help me because you didn't trust me, but nah, fuck you.
Are we gonna get the fist bump?
At SummerSlam.
You think it's gonna be at SummerSlam? You think they win the tag belts at SummerSlam? Are they even booked for the tag championships?
Well, I mean,
They will be next week, nigga. Go home, show.
No,
We got
they-
time.
They
so do
gotta
you
fill
think
up.
Roman Reigns is going to jump into this whole situation at any point in time?
Nah, because
Eventually,
what people aren't expecting to happen, but is going to happen. Ambrose and Rollins are both going to join together. Everybody's going to be happy. Now, at the end of the night, they're going to turn heel by aligning themselves and jumping everybody in that main event match and helping Roman Reigns win the championship, reforming the Shield.
you think so?
Fuck outta
No,
here.
I don't think that's going to happen. But
Nah,
nigga,
You know what? You know what?
The
You know
thing
what?
is,
You
it
know
could
what?
probably happen
Manny,
because
Manny,
the
Manny.
last couple of years, SummerSlam has ended pretty weirdly. So probably.
Manny, quote that, because we're gonna see if that actually happens.
I'd be down for that though.
Quote that shit right now.
I guess it's a possibility. I mean, the last 2 years, SummerSlam has ended pretty freaking weirdly.
here's the thing, yo.
No,
I have layers and thoughts of writing, and the WWE's quote unquote creative team doesn't have that. So yeah, I doubt that's going to happen.
It'll make
Dude,
sense
like,
because
that's why you need to, go apply for that job, get on creative.
Nope, I'm
so
not
we
going to
can
get
hate
the
on
job.
you.
I'm not going to get the job because then I'm going to I'm going to read the dirt sheets.
Well,
Oh,
that's Jared. You're not dumb enough to do that.
what makes me certain that they're gonna
I'll
drop the
fight you.
belt. SummerSlam because Sheamus said that he wanted a break for a bit. He obviously can't take a break with the belt. You know, he's not
Yeah.
Trish Stratus. Can't do this.
Come on, yo. Brock can do it.
Because the women's division was different back then.
They made China give up the belt.
Nigga, they could just have
They also
both.
wrote her off TV when she was champion.
They wrote her off the history books until she died.
They only wrote her off the history books because she did porn.
And the
And then when
best
she
thing
passed
they
away,
did,
we celebrate the life of Johnny Law, China.
and to show their appreciation, they invited Beth Phoenix into the Hall of Fame.
Yep,
Mhm.
into the Hall of Fame. A year after China passed away. Oh,
Mhm.
Not even a year. That was like a few months
Beth
before that.
Phoenix. I was like, oh, Trailblazer Beth Phoenix, okay. I didn't see Beth Phoenix wrestling dudes for the Intercontinental belt, but okay.
Hey,
No,
she
but she was
eliminated
on
the Great Khali from the Royal Rumble. Don't
I
disrespect,
kissed
nigga.
him. She kissed the Great Khali in his nasty ass Punjabi mouth.
Nigga, because he was the fucking Punjab. Nigga, let the Punjabi Playboy get his Punjab, nigga.
His Punjabi- Indian bitch.
Oh, my
Canadian
Punjabi
bitch.
mouth. You
Wait,
gonna,
Beth
you gonna take a line from Mark Henry and kiss him on his Punjabi mouth?
Oh,
That
my
true
God.
chocolate, babe.
What, are they both feeling romantical? The romantical
Sexual
Royal Rumble?
Shut up.
Sexual curry, Great Khali.
Stop it.
Is Punjabi Playboy and the Sexual Chocolate as a tag team? Why not?
Oh,
Bad
well,
combo.
Mark Henry retired something.
Yeah, Mark Henry. Yeah, I feel
Oh yeah,
like
he had. I thought he. I didn't know he officially retired.
Yeah,
this year. I
he
thought he
did.
was going to.
Yeah, it feels like he had like a quiet transition, like Devon did, like a nice quiet. You know,
Like Devon?
Yeah.
well, Devon's retired. Yeah, he worked.
No, I didn't know he retired.
Table.
I was thinking like maybe like
He works in a
He's right
production
at
truck.
I was gonna say Christian, but okay.
Yeah, Christian.
Yeah,
God damn it.
Christian
Christian
retired.
was quiet, man.
Like a question.
Yeah, Christian, nigga.
Christian. Hey.
I turned into Elmer Fudd, yo, my bad.
WF superstar.
That's the title of this episode. It's Christian.
Question cage. D Black Photoshop of Jared Photoshop a picture of Christian over Quistis body.
No,
Who?
don't do that. I will hurt you.
Whose body?
I will find you in New York and hurt you, nigga. Don't do that to
Wait.
Quistis, man.
Quistis from Final Fantasy VIII. Question.
Let's see.
What else happened? Okay, we had a what was it? Was it a cruiserweight? Oh, it was a one-on-one match in the cruiserweight. I noticed. For the past 2 weeks, they have not changed the ropes or the ring mat for the cruiserweight matches.
Nope, they don't give a shit
Just-
about that.
It's just like the Trons, like the color and everything. That's
Oh,
it.
Nigga, they never needed no damn purple ropes to begin with. Yo, that shit was stupid.
I like it better because it kind of made them feel like they were
Like part of the
separated
show.
from the show.
I
like,
thought that
because-
was the problem to begin with, is that they felt separated from the show and nobody was invested in them because they were separated from everything else.
it just felt like they were, like a break, kind of, like almost like an intermission.
They were
Kinda
like
thing,
a
like-
break. They were the old women's division, pretty much of this generation.
Yeah, but it just didn't like a
but
reset.
that's not a good thing at all.
It's
That's
really
not a
not. I'm not saying it was a good thing. I'm just saying.
What else? Okay, so we had our second triple threat match: Mickey James versus Nia Jax and Dana Brooke, and this was a televised massacre.
Hmm.
So we basically knew who was gonna win that match.
Yeah.
Nia Jax won that match. They still make Dana Brooke. Like, Dana Brooke is taking some spots lately. Every time she's in
I'm
a
kind
match.
of sad she didn't do much after she split with Charlotte.
No,
They pretty much gave her the Damian Mizdow treatment.
Yeah.
Except that she's still with the company.
Oh, we'll see how long that lasts.
Did
Here's the thing, but then but on YouTube they keep having this thing where, well, Titus Worldwide had a press conference, and then she kind of crashed in. She was like, "Oh well, I'm ready to join Titus Worldwide," and all I saw in the comments was a bunch of jokes talking about. He's like, "Yeah, I can see this as a start of a porn."
oh, boy.
Stop it.
You ain't got no
There's
chill.
like
You
two
know
black
that, right?
dudes in the table. We got one. There's like 3 dudes and 1 chick. Well, technically 4 dudes. Wale's in the group too.
No, people kept telling it as he was like Busty Blonde. Busty Blonde
But-
joins two black guys
Oh my
while
God.
Asian
Two
dude watches.
two blacks and an Asian dude.
Subtitle:
Because they be posting some cool ass photos.
Busty Blonde agrees to threesome backstage.
Oh God,
No.
no.
Can we
Busty Blonde
not?
asked to go raw.
Hey, I'm saying what the comment
Trav-
section shit. This is
Trav,
on the
Trav, don't act
WWE.
so innocent. You be in on this too.
On
Come
the,
on,
yo,
man.
No.
this is on the WWE official video. That's the crazy. I remember when they first started putting stuff on YouTube, they wouldn't let people
I
comment.
used to block the comments.
Whoever's social media manager probably talked them into it. Like, yeah, let them do it.
Yeah, I think the only reason why they did that, he was like, yeah, the more people that comment, the higher it is on like recommended for people's views on YouTube, right? So yeah,
Yeah, that standoff, the freaking face-off that Samoa Joe and Lesnar had, it has millions of views.
Dude, that is still my favorite video of some time.
Yeah, that has their highest viewed. That's probably their highest viewed video.
And they're not region restricted on YouTube, right?
no, I don't think so.
I don't think.
When I saw Samoa Joe bring it to Lesnar, I was like, and then the fact that he lost to one F5, man, I was like, WWE, fuck you.
And he lost again. I think last week, 2 weeks ago at a house show. Lost again to 1F5.
It's like, how you gonna build him up to be a monster and have him lose like that?
That's why I like what the Miz said in the opening of Raw to Lesnar. It was so true. It was at one time that something the Miz said on screen. I was like, yeah, I'll fuck with that. The Miz is cool outside of the ring. He's funny as fuck. But
Goldust showed up again. And what I got out of his promo, it's like he's teasing that he's going to be a manager to somebody.
Oh yeah, because he was talking about like his newest
He said he
creation or
wanted-
some shit.
Yeah, he's like, hey, will he find his new, and he says under his direction that they'll shine like gold.
God damn it.
So-
Somebody else is going to become the new Stardust.
Yeah, so
Yeah, what's wrong with that, D Black?
like I'm
No, if
sure-
somebody takes over the Stardust trap beat, I'm good.
look, I'll say this. Out of everybody that Jared supported, only one of them is turning out to be successful, and that's Jinder
In
Mahal.
the motherfucking it's great.
Cody Rhodes is a world champion.
He never liked Cody Rhodes. He likes Stardust.
Yeah, he likes Stardust.
Oh,
That is not a lie. That is not a lie.
so remind me to get you Stardust cupcakes for your birthday. They do make them. I've seen
You
them.
better. Oh, I know.
Yeah, you remember what happened with the Super Bowl? Like Jared didn't want the Patriots to win, and then when the Falcons had what should have been the most comfortable lead in the history of the Super Bowl, he was like, "Yeah, Patriots about to take that L down. Here we go."
God damn it, Jared. We need you at more sporting events where like things can go, completely opposite.
Yo, Manny, can I take
We need to take
Curry's?
you to a Knicks game. Thank you. There you go.
Can I
We don't
take
need
Kari
to do
Zane's
all
hand in marriage? No.
And you take
Nah.
ooh,
Nah, you gotta
Like,
take
you
that
take who?
elbow. You gotta take
Kari
the
Zane.
elbow.
Kari Zane.
Oh, I thought you said Kyrie from Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, sure.
He said
Nah.
Kyrie
No.
Sane, nigga.
Nah.
Can I take Kari Zane's hand in marriage, please?
Nigga, can they just fucking?
Nah, man, take your damn Taya Trinidad, nigga.
Can they just
But
call her
they-
Why
Kyrie
gotta be Tia
Sane?
Trinidad? How come I can't have Mia Yim?
Go
You have
ahead.
a show.
But you gotta
She's
fight
taking-
Shawn Benson though.
Ain't she
I
taking?
gotta fight. I do gotta fight Shawn Mendes.
You gotta take a T-bone suplex off a ladder.
Oh God, no.
Oh God, no.
You ain't trying to do all that. Days back can't support all that.
Or you gotta climb to the top and let this nigga fucking just run up a ladder and then
Yeah,
close
but-
on your ass off it.
I don't even have that. I don't even know if they have that in the new games. That was cool.
Probably not.
Nah, you can't do that.
Alright, so quick ending notes on Raw. Next week, actually no, SummerSlam, Big Cass versus Big Show, and Enzo's gonna be on a cage.
Oh,
On the
that's
top
on
of
Raw.
the
That's
shark
not on
cage.
Smack. That's not
Is
on.
that Chris Jericho match again?
That's on Raw or that's on SummerSlam?
I think
Yeah,
that's
I was going to
SummerSlam.
say, 'cause anybody want to see it on SummerSlam?
No, it is on SummerSlam.
Yeah,
Uh-oh. Why?
Yeah, it's SummerSlam. Yeah,
in the shark
We-
cage.
we just got this match in January. Now we're
And in
getting
NXT and in NXT too.
in NXT too. Oh my God, what is this?
Oh, it's
picture of?
nigga, what they trying to
Yes.
sell those toys, yo. That's the reason why they keep doing it.
Steve, like, over the chat. Over the chat.
Yeah, I saw it. It's this.
Which chat?
It's this
Chwistian.
stupid. God damn it! Don't do that, man. I hate it. I hate y'all so much. Why you gotta do that to Quistis, man?
Look at his face though. He's happy.
Christian. At last, you passed your turn.
Oh,
Well,
well, it's better than what I did to Quistis when when I was making my RPG back in the day. So yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
Speaking of Christian, shout out to whoever mashed up Christian and Shinsuke Nakamura's theme song. It's on YouTube. Just look for it.
That sounds like that would be good.
I would talk about Quistis. G Black knew that was Quistis in World of Final Fantasy just by her thickums.
Or Stickums.
No, her thick thighs. As soon as she it was just
Oh.
lower body when she showed up, and niggas.
No, I
G
heard
Black
something.
like, oh, she took.
See, I heard something else, so never mind.
I was like, here's the thing. I get overly hyped for everybody who showed up in World of Final Fantasy. That was from
Yeah,
Final
you did,
Fantasy.
yeah,
8.
that whole series.
But you're
Even
saying
the
that
war-
like Quistis had some
even
kind
the-
of history of being thick. She
Even the
does not.
Warrior of Light.
No, it was just like her legs and that lower. I don't know.
You could tell just by the haircut, because nobody in Final Fantasy has that fucking haircut.
Nope.
Well, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Is
the
the
back-
show ending now?
No, it's
It's
not
way
because
better.
we only got
Way
past
better.
Raw, nigga.
Man, it's been
Wait,
42 minutes.
It's Wade
What is
Barrett's
it?
birthday. That's why.
What is there to talk about SmackDown? What happened on SmackDown besides
Oh,
Baron Corbin and Cena going to
We
SummerSlam?
we can
Oh,
also talk about CFOS also fucking up Baron Corbin's team song too.
Not as good as the old one.
I was
like
like,
his
yo,
whole-
why did they
feel like
change
Baron-
that crap, yo? It's like the
I
new
feel like
one is
Baron Corbin's
garbage.
gonna cash in.
You know what I found really stupid? This match was made for SummerSlam because Daniel Bryan said that he wasn't dressed to compete. Mind you, Baron Corbin was wearing his exact ring gear minus the pants. He wrestles in a t-shirt. Does it really take an hour and a half for a man to find his ring pants and switch from
Let's
uh,
black to
compare. Let's compare
Yeah.
world title matches. What's gonna be a better match? Raws or Smackdowns?
Hold on, what was SmackDowns again? Oh yeah, Gender
Shinsuke
and
versus-
Shinsuke. Okay, Raws.
Rocky? Yeah, Raw.
I think Raw's gonna be better.
Yeah.
I highly see Shinsuke winning that belt on Sunday.
Here's the thing, yo, like when they have like multi-man like world championship matches,
A lot
in
more crazy shit
WWE,
goes on because there's
yeah.
more time to.
yeah, I don't remember them ever being boring, you know.
Remember WrestleMania 20?
No.
Wasn't boring.
Yeah,
It
no,
wasn't boring. No,
yeah.
I ain't say it was boring. I said that was great.
That's terrible example.
Especially that main event especially that match where Triple H lost his title to that guy.
He just started tapping out for no reason.
The Pegasus Kid.
He lost the
The
title
air
to
in New
Vacant.
York, the air in Madison Square Garden was so bad that he just couldn't breathe anymore.
He smelled Harlem at 125th and tapped out.
Both,
The
both
only
world
thing I
champ.
want to say that I'm really glad John Cena's okay from that freaking neck drop
yeah.
from last.
Yeah, I heard Vince was like, "What the hell was that?" he was not happy with that.
This isn't Japan, you baka.
He's like, hey, if it was Japan, I would have just kicked him really hard instead.
If it was Japan, I would.
Shinsuke, get in my office.
He's like, I
you
would have
son
stomped this nigga in his throat to wake him up and get him to fight back.
I would kick him in his face again from the front, and then I pick him up and kick in the back of his head. And
That
then I
show
pin
was
him.
so
One,
weird though, hearing John Cena talk about like what happened in the match with Shinsuke. He was like, oh, whatever, man. And he's like, I'm about to just beat this dude. I'm gonna punch my ticket to WrestleMania. And then all of a sudden, he was like, I opened my eyes and I was like, oh, I
Like,
lost.
nigga, you. Like, nigga, you thought that was gonna be easy. Also, there was a sign on SmackDown that said Baron Corbin was a he was a dumpster fire,
Dumpster fire, nigga.
and then Cena proceeds to like mention that.
Yeah, he's like, man, all you are is. I was wondering why he called him a dumpster fire. That pro. He's like, just like that sign says right there. I was like, what?
Like, I was laughing at that beforehand, but for him to mention that, I was like, oh god, bye. Usos had a match against Ty Dillinger and Sami Zayn, the two guys that you really want to see succeed as single stars, and they lose.
Here's the thing.
As
I
a
like
youth-
the match for how short it was, though. But then, you know,
And then the New Day came out and got some revenge last week. Well, first they had Big E. The distraction for them getting their ass beat was Big E gyrating on the ramp. That is
Hey,
ridiculous.
what?
Like, the New Day's music played when the Usos were cutting a promo. And on the ramp, Big E just came out. He's just like shaking it. And then these dudes are looking at him like, oh my god. And then from behind comes Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods and they beat their ass.
yeah,
Sounds about
they
right.
grab chairs and
Yeah,
shit.
that's great.
But what happened? I thought Ty Dillinger was actually doing good at first, and then they just kind of stopped using him, and then this.
Doing
Well,
good. He showed up, beat like some niggas
They don't have
he should have
anything-
beat, and that was it. And
They don't
then
have
they
anything
stopped
for
using
it.
him for like a good month, and then he just
They
showed
don't
up.
have
again.
anything for him right now.
Well, why not?
I don't know. I don't
they,
work for creative.
like I said, they creative team ain't creative, and they can't do
Come
shit.
on, man. But SmackDown was doing so good at one point in time,
Yeah.
and then they started finding, and then they found James Ellsworth, and they fucked up.
Well, then they fired that one writer from NXT, so
They did, yeah.
yeah,
Why they fire him?
you know because
Yeah, that's
He
true.
was involved in that. He was involved in that page miss thing.
he leaked it.
He filmed it.
I knew it. Nah.
Oh, he was the mysterious other camera.
Yep.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that was just on a tripod, but still.
Man, that wasn't no damn tripod. It was doing a little bit too much adjusting. Come on, B.
What?
You're trying to get the perfect view of your own nuts, bro.
Nigga,
Oh my God.
my camera got
Bruh.
autofocus.
Speaking of perfect view,
No, not autofocus like that.
Bruh.
Charlotte faced Lana, who is tap dancing over there.
That's not
Charlotte
me.
faced Lana, and this match was terrible, first and foremost. But Lana went for a roll up, and Charlotte stood up, and Lana proceeds to pull down
Say Sasha?
Charlotte's pants,
Yeah.
and she moves the entire first row, like behind, like it's on the hard camera. It's the row that's facing the hard camera.
I don't know why the Canadian fans felt like seeing Charlotte's no ass. They started chanting "Thank you, Lana."
They started cheering for Lana. Oh, so Lana lost this match, by the way. So Lana
I
lost.
heard they. What's it called? Has she won a match since she started wrestling?
No.
No. That's her gimmick.
She's an
right
on-screen personality, but she's like, she's doing live matches in NXT, so she's
No,
like training.
she won her debut, didn't she?
No.
No, because her debut
had
was against
that-
Naomi.
No, but didn't she debut her like slam finisher against like not Naomi? She
Yeah, she hit it on Naomi after she was done with the
yeah, she
match.
kicked out like two. Right. Okay. Oh, that
She
was the
debuted at-
she
She
did.
hasn't won. She hasn't won since.
Yeah.
She hasn't
She
won at
hasn't
all.
won.
Even she lost at WrestleMania. That was like her debut match, technically,
Yeah.
2 years ago.
I don't even remember who the hell got pit in that match. I just remember her doing like this ill ass fucking sidekick. I was like,
I
yeah.
think, yeah.
Yo, I
So,
remember she did this one joint where she jumped from the top rope, right? So,
So, do you think they're gonna keep her as a wrestler? You think she's gonna go back to managing? Because I thought she,
I
what's it
think-
called? Didn't Tamina talk to her about being a manager or something like that?
I think they're pushing her to be a wrestler. That's what she wants to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I get
they're
that,
probably,
but like,
they're probably
if
gonna
they,
let it go for a little bit to see, like,
If
if she
anything,
improves.
if anything, they'll bring her down to NXT because she's willing to go to NXT according to.
I mean, yeah, it's like I don't see why she doesn't, so she can at least brush up
She
on her
wants-
work and then she can come
I
on
remember. I think D Black remembers this episode too.
back. Unless she actually
him,
dropped
like-
that bag of ecstasy in her pocket, then yeah.
Me and him are the only two people that watch his like Total Divas, but like she asked to come down to NXT, but I think Mark Carrano was like, "Nah, it's not for you at NXT right now."
Oh, this is because she was practicing to be a wrestler. They wouldn't let her wrestle on TV, so it's just like, yeah, I want to go to NXT, and he's like, no.
He's like, "Nah." She wants to go. It's just that they're not letting her. She's too much of a on-screen personality. She wants to do more. Obviously, she
what I'm
wants to do
saying is
more. She
she
wants to
can
do more right now. She doesn't want to be a manager no more. Jared, get over it.
I wasn't saying anything stupid. What I was about to say is that she can go
Y'all
back and
stop
harness her
arguing,
power.
children.
She can go she can go back to the performance center and train. Not even saying going to NXT. She can just train, and then she can come back and some shit.
I mean, she can go that. At least
Y'all
she
not,
might get.
y'all not gonna be saying that when she wins the Mae Young Women's Classic.
She ain't
She's not
gonna
in
be
that.
in it, nigga.
You don't know
She's
this.
like-
She
Yes,
could be
I
a
do.
surprise entrant. She could be
He's
the
like-
I
first.
read the spoilers, nigga.
Of course, you read the
I
spoilers.
feel like if Lana would have been in the WWE years ago, like 10, 11 years ago, she would have been women's champion.
Probably.
Wow, so she could fight against Melina and Kelly.
No,
Kelly.
if she
I mean,
was
she
in there
could do
during the Sable era, she probably.
Yeah, she,
Nah,
dude, the
she probably
Cat-
would have.
We're on
she probably
watching
would've
WWF now. The Cat is the damn women's champion. Of course, Lana could have been women's champion.
Mm-hmm.
The Cat, Jay Lawler's ex-wife.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
Cat was out there with a damn freaking.
Yo, she won. Yo, the Cat won the championship off of lose. Wait, no, that was Deborah who did that. She
That
won the
was Deborah.
championship
Deborah
off of
lost the
losing the
and
match.
Won the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Shawn Michaels, like, what was it? After Sable beat her and did in the fucking evening gown match or some shit.
Yeah.
And then Shawn Michaels came out and said, "Oh, he was like, since Deborah won who lost her clothes, that makes us all the winners. So yeah, Deborah wins." I was like, "What?"
I got my rocks off backstage. So here's your new winner and your new champion, Deborah McMichael.
That was a Shawn Michaels after he got injured, right?
Yeah.
When he was a commissioner
commissioner.
coming out with the movie shorts and the t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you guys in a terrible match. They're gonna go against the heels because I'm Shawn Michaels, and I'm gonna leave for like a year and then come back. And he's still
Yeah, come back and then been going for 5 years after that.
yeah. What else? Okay, the same event came out. They're building up Owens versus Styles, and Kevin Owens pulls out the receipts of every single thing that can possibly go wrong in this match and why they can go wrong. In this
Like,
match.
come on, man. Why you gotta bring up old shit? Is that nigga that was almost 20 years ago?
He literally brought up when Stone Cold faced Mankind in SummerSlam '98,
Deadly
where
Games.
Shane slides in and goes for the 3 count, but stops at 2 just
Yep,
to
and
stare
flip
at
him
Stone
off.
Cold.
I'll remember that moment. Shit.
Yeah,
And then
put them
he
on.
brought up when earlier this year, because WWE wants us to forget a lot of things, where AJ Styles completely crushed. He
Yeah.
threw Shane McMahon's face through a car window.
Hey, they it's like on the real WWE. We always complain about how WWE try to treat us like we stupid and we don't remember anything past like the last 2 weeks. So, yeah, they brought up some shit.
Oh, like Bailey, this is your life.
No, not like that.
Please,
Yeah, that was my favorite episode.
The difference is the crap that
I had that nominated for Function of the Year, but we had a unanimous winner.
yeah
What was the fuck shit of the year again?
flag.
Cena
nigga,
versus
it's-
Rusev
yeah, the
flag
flag
match.
match.
Oh yeah, that was some.
And to celebrate, we're gonna watch that.
I
Man, that's
remember I didn't watch that pay-per-view yet either. I remember coming into the stream and y'all guys was like, "Yo, that match is so horrible."
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, there was some fuckery in that match. That whole match could have been done like
What
2
pay-per-view
seconds.
was that? Battleground?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Here's the
I gotta
thing.
watch
It was
it.
like when they explained exactly how this flag match was going to work, I was thinking it was kind of stupid. But then the thing that tipped it off for me
Changed it
that
up.
it was going to be a garbage match was the fact that they had, it was like when Rusev first made his entrance and you saw those steps leading up to the pedestal where they had to place their flag. And then I was like, hold up. So they going to climb to the top rope, grab the flag, and then if they're going to actually make it a thing where somebody can actually be stopped from putting a flag on the thing, the other dude would then have to grab his flag, but for him to be able to catch up with the other dude, the other dude who's going up to place his flag would have to intentionally slow down how fast he's going up to place his
You know what?
flag.
This
And that's
is why
exactly
we
what
need-
happened.
This is why we need somebody on production, so we could just pull up that clip where we said exactly that.
Yeah.
It could have been Jared if he didn't fuck up his.
No, it could have been Jared if he, hop up out the booty for 2 seconds.
Trav, don't be placing that shit on me with your booty eating Spotify playlist.
Dog, you got a box of bootios and you chugged it, and you got volumes 1 through 38 of Ass Eaters Anonymous.
Nah,
Get the fuck out of here, boy.
that is all you. That's you with that soundbite that you find putting your tongue in somebody's butt. It's alright.
That's
What-
Dave that
that's
utilizes
all-
that shit,
No,
not me.
that's you.
That's
you.
Dave.
I
That's
put
your
my
big
tongue
dog,
in the
Trav.
butt, it's a wrap.
That's your
Yeah, that is
dog.
Travis.
I made the clip, but I used it once.
No, you
Dave
didn't.
has used it exclusively since.
Nah,
Speaking of booty, the best
nah,
transition
we
here.
ain't done here. Trav, let me tell you.
You know what, brother? Let me tell you what. I'll see you Monday night on Raw. And then
To see each other somewhere,
Trav,
shake
it'll
hands
be
up.
you against Magnus Carnado.
Tornado, that's Samoa Joe.
So we're gonna have Travis.
brother.
We're gonna have Travis versus Jared on what was it? Cinnamon toasted strudel on a bowl match.
Say what?
Yo.
That sounds super cheesy. I ain't with that.
So yeah, speaking of booty, Naomi versus
Stop.
Carmella was a SmackDown match, a non-title match. James Ellsworth makes his return. It was revealed that his suspension ended last week, and Carmella beats Naomi.
This shit was so stupid. I was like,
Right
yeah,
quick.
you.
Why didn't she cash in right then?
I
and
know
there?
that's exactly what I was. Here's the thing, you don't. Would I have the common sense to be able to come up with that while I'm grinding in Final Fantasy 12 at the same time, barely just glancing over at the side, and I'm like, son, why the hell didn't she just cash in right before she pinned her?
Drink, something to eat.
You asking too
And I'm
many
like,
questions
wait,
right now, D Black.
And I'm sitting there like, wait, she's gonna cash in. This is the perfect time.
Nope,
And she doesn't cash in.
she just bounced.
So did
She
WWE get that shit
what-
as a Money in the Bank contract?
No, you know why? Because it would have. Who was the last person to have the money in the bank and they tried to cash in? The ref stopped them.
Famous.
From last year.
Oh
From
yeah,
last year.
Shane.
Was it?
No, that was the year before. That was Sheamus.
The refs.
He was trying to
Wait,
Was
cash
this
in
shit?
for
I don't
Yeah, he
remember
tried to
that one.
cash in. The ref was like, "What are you doing?"
He's like, no. He's like, I'm trying to cash in. He's like, no. And then did he just get Superman punch when he turned around or some shit?
Yeah, I think it was because Roman Reigns was taking too long to get that ready, and they tried to make it look not as obvious.
But it was just like, what the fuck was the point? Like, the point is to cash it in, and the ref stopped him. I was like,
No.
like, how?
You're gonna fuck up our main event.
Like, that's my point. That's why I'm here.
Like, I didn't get why she didn't cash in. I was like, why didn't she cash in? And then we have, you want to talk about fuck shit. Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal. Reminder, Jinder's our WWE champion. Randy Orton has lost to this man 3 straight times. He
Mhm.
won, apparently, to face Rusev. Why does he beat Jinder Mahal clean if this isn't going to lead anywhere?
I don't know.
This is going
This-
nowhere because
You
Jinder
know,
has to
D Black said,
quote unquote
isn't
creative.
really creative.
Yeah, they are garbage, yo.
Also, I think last week I posted that WCW weird ending on the page. This week we had a weird WCW ending on SmackDown, where like at the last 3 seconds of the show,
Jumping super
Rusev-
kick.
and then it just fades out.
Here's the thing, it didn't even fade out because I was watching it somewhere else, and literally as soon as Rusev hit this dude with a super kick and he dropped fried chicken.
fried chicken.
Yeah, it was a K like the ending of a KFC commercial, and then it was
Probably a
like,
local commercial for D-Block.
No, right after Raw, they had a shooter. No, not shooter, something else. They played something right after. It was like, oh my god, Rusev something, and then it just like goes away. I was like, okay, that was weird. That was even worse than Shane making the match, like in the last 0.5
Oh, yeah.
seconds of.
he was like, AJ doesn't have a,
You have a.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh, he has a what? I gotta hear it. I gotta wait till next week. That was me when I was watching like wrestling as a kid. I gotta wait till next week to find out what it was. Okay, so we're done with weekly NXT. Anything more to NXT?
Oh, my niggas are fucking Street Profits, where
Street Profits, really huge. I mean, Angelo Dawkins is cool. He's
Shout
not
out
the
to
reason I
Tia
want to
Trinidad being the hottest thing on NXT right
see
now.
Montez Ford.
yo, Montez Ford, it was like, on the real, he got the hot tag up in that match, and he, on the real, the thing that went off about me is his athleticism, and he can move a lot quicker than Angelo Dawkins is.
Also, did you peep the way he kicks people out the ring when he like does like a sliding kick and pushes the person out the ring? He always does that, and that's what I was hoping they let him do on TV, and he actually got to do it. Like he'll just like do this weird, like dance slide on the floor and kick his opponent out.
Still, yo, I went, like, we were talking a little bit about this before the show started, but it's like, son, if they ever do get a call to the main roster, I need them to also put Percy Watson on the main roster for commentary, because he made their interest so much better, yo, because he was like, he's like, man, you see the chain? He's like, yo, you see Dawkins over there with the LeBrons on? He's like, yo, so much swag going on right now. What you know about this? I was like, yo.
Yeah, he was gutting the hell out of Nigel. They got so much swag. What you know about that Nigel? Nothing.
Wait, so they let him do all that and they didn't tone it down?
No.
I'm actually mad. I'm mad I missed that, man.
The first note of their theme song hit, that dude was cooning.
Yeah.
Oh, he was just up there with man.
Like I said, that
Like,
man was cooning.
Like if they had a camera like on him the whole time, that would have been great.
I missed part of the conversation.
Like I like how remember how Corey Graves would like specifically hype up Eva Marie?
Hold up, it was fucking Percy Watson talking about the Street Profits, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like Corey Graves used to do with Eva Marie. He would like hype the hell out of her.
Yeah.
And that shit was funny.
Then she ain't do shit. But
Well,
Nope.
actually, we can talk about her now because since last week's show, she's been released.
Yeah.
yeah,
Apparently,
Yeah, but we kind of knew that.
apparently, from what I heard, WWE didn't want to release her. She was the one who asked for her release.
And
And
she's
that-
like, I'm
Yo, that pretty much went to
They ain't
say
done shit with her in a year.
it pretty much just goes to like say like every single thing that like all the divas on Total Divas will like say about her. It was like, yo, it's like we all know that you're not here. You're just here to up your brand to get into modeling and movies or whatever. And yeah, they were exactly right.
And
So
yeah. In UFC news, GSP signs the contract to fight Michael Bisping November
Nobody
4th.
wants to see that fucking fight.
November
I wanna
4th.
see
You know
it.
what's going to make this even worse? This is in Madison Square Garden.
oh damn,
No, we don't want to see
Oh
all
boy.
We are getting.
oh god,
We're gonna get the rules. We're gonna get the fighters. We're gonna get a mess. This is gonna happen.
on the
November
You know
real,
4th.
I don't.
you know what? The
Take
one
them back
thing,
to the-
the one benefit UFC has to be in New York City is that there's gonna be a lot of events around the city leading up to that fight, and I'm probably gonna check out most of it.
Yeah, but the only thing that I have nothing against the UFC being over here in the East Coast, but
It's
I
the
wish they
rules
didn't.
that it's the rules
Yeah.
New York has.
Every time they get there, something happens that completely ruins the fight.
It's
Like, it's
the
not just
rule.
like-
Oh, you mean like how everyone's getting all super excited for this?
No,
It's
that,
This Matt.
but it's met.
It's the rules New York has. It's just a bunch of uptight assholes who set up these like
And they
restrictions and shit.
They stop fights for the stupidest shit, man.
It's
Like that Weedman Musasi fight.
Oh,
That shit was
Musasi
terrible.
yo, but But the fact of the matter is, he's like, it was kind of Weidman's fault because like they stopped the fight because he was feigning like he needed more time, and then like they screwed the whole thing up. It's like it shouldn't have been stopped to begin with, and then since Weidman was trying to act like he needed time to recover, they's like, no, we can't give you that time because it wasn't an illegal knee, and then yeah, they stopped the fight.
That was it. That was literally it.
So yeah, that kind of was Weidman's fault, but his team at the same time his team was telling him to stay down. So yeah,
Then he got
So
up and he was like, "What?
what the fuck?
What? You stopped
will
the
Michael
fight?
Bisping
Why
lose
you
his
stop the
title?
fight?"
This is his first defense, isn't it?
Second.
He is
This
second.
will be his second defense after fighting fucking 40-some-year-old Hendo.
Oh right, he's like yeah.
Oh, when he got fucked
So-
up.
Yeah, he got his ass beat.
So will GSP pull a John Jones and have a successful return?
More than likely, because
This-
GSP's a better fighter than Michael Bisping.
Here's the thing though, it's like one, he's like people are just gonna take into account GSP's going up a weight class for like the first time ever, and two is I don't think that New York can screw up this fight just because if it's a GSP fight and if GSP
D-Black.
no, you don't understand. If GSP
Gonna be on his
manages to
back
go
most of
up
the time.
3 rounds, we're gonna get the same repeat as a Tyron Woodley fight.
Yeah, we're gonna see a.
All right, nah,
two
just hope you
absolute-
get pre-title reign GSP.
You won't.
All I'm saying, D-Black, you saw.
You know you won't.
But
How was
But,
the McGregor fight in New York? Because I didn't see that fight.
It wasn't in New York. It was just a press.
Sacrifice.
Oh yeah, no, the one against
Yeah, it was
Alvarez.
just a-
There was
yeah,
no
yeah,
fuck
that-
shit because he beat the
that-
crap
that-
out of Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah.
There was no need for.
Oh,
fuck
you mean
shit.
the actual fight? I thought
Yeah.
you were talking about the McGregor, the Mayweather shit.
No,
Here's what
Because that
happened.
was when
Here's what
he
happened.
made that.
Eddie Alvarez got in the ring, proceeded to do the opposite of what his corner told him to do, and lost.
he's like,
He's
yo,
like,
he's
"I'm
a
gonna strike with him."
he's like, yo, he's a southpaw. Shoot on his right. He's like, no, wait, no. It was like
No,
shoot on
man,
his left.
no.
No, I'm going to shoot on his
Shoot
right.
on his strong side,
Yeah.
dumbass.
No, I'm gonna show you how it was done. Wow.
Shut up, Juicy.
We'll show you those. G1 Climax update. We are not tied anymore in
Oh
the
my god.
God.
Yeah, but aren't we tied in? We still tied in A block, right?
Between Naito and Tanahashi are tied
Yeah.
at 12, and the B block, Okada has 13 points, while Omega has 12 and Evil has 10. So,
Yeah, Evil has no chance of winning.
a lot. Yeah, Evil has no chance of winning, but a lot can happen between.
Yeah, it's just the finals is just between like who's going to the finals in B block is just gonna come down to Kenny Omega and Okada because at the points they have.
But at the end of all this, Okada owes Evil a title shot before
Yeah.
Wrestle Kingdom.
Because Evil, nigga, the King of Darkness, fucking Evil is out of all people is the nigga who
Easy.
ended like Okada's over year-long winning streak in
I think
NJPW.
if that wasn't planned, I mean, if that was planned, that's cool. But I think that was compensation for him getting knocked the fuck out by Kenny in his previous match, and still finishing like even like completely out on his feet.
I don't think so though.
You
He's
know,
like,
I mean, as I say, if it's planned, I mean, they always have an upset victory, and that was definitely it.
yeah,
And
but
that was the same night. I thought we had our upset victory of the tournament, the match before, where Juice beats Omega, but then they followed that up with Evil beating Okada. I was like, oh my god, if that's one show that you definitely like, if you want to pick one show to watch from this entire tournament so far, it's definitely that day.
no, but
that day and the first one.
like if you thought about it though, like here's the thing: if I was watching that show, I would have. If I actually did end up getting a chance to watch it at that point, I would have been like, if I was thinking about the point totals, I was like, yeah, Okada has to lose against Evil because he literally can't lose in his block if Omega just lost.
Yeah,
So
I was just watching that. Like, I only really checked the point standings like here, like during the show.
Yeah.
I just watch those two. This is like the best, but it also gets you get burnt out from watching so much New Japan. Especially since I've been watching them from top to bottom.
Boy, because
You know,
what
tag
is
matches
it?
included.
What 5? Isn't it 5 singles matches per show?
Per show, yeah.
Yeah.
First half is tag of the opposite block. So
Mhm.
if it's block B that has single matches, block A gets a tag. If it's block A that has single matches, block B gets tagged. And I'm just watching all of those.
Yeah, I just
Because
kind of
there's no-
started skipping the singles match. I mean the tag
Yeah.
matches though.
But-
Cause
It's
it's a
the
lot
life
of wrestling, man.
Daryl.
Daryl's dead and he's not coming back, man.
He is. You see the picture of Takahashi? Oh, Takahashi posted a picture of him like so
Is
he
that
has like a
Walking
bandage on his head, and there's like 3 like Barbie dolls around him, like taking care of him.
Say what?
And also now Fale is talking about Takahashi's nuts.
God damn it.
Say what?
Takahashi
Back
is the hot topic of the G1 Climax.
Talking about how big that nigga's balls are and shit.
Okay, that's enough.
Hey, you should talk about Vince McMahon's grapefruits.
I'm
And
not
one thing I
trying to
learned
get
about
off
this
that.
tournament is that Tamatonga likes to cosplay a lot. He wore Hiroshi Tenzin's mask. He wore Okada's jacket, which he ripped. There's a hole in it that Okada posted, and he wore Naito's jacket. Not Naito, Yano's jacket, and recently he wore the cape of Satoshi Kojima.
Yo, on the real, I
Oh.
had, cause like, just before we started the show and before we got on the call, I was watching Tamatonga versus Suzuki. Yo, that was a fun ass match.
It was.
I was like, yo, because Suzuki's making his entrance, Tamatonga hasn't come out yet. And Suzuki always has one of his little fucking junior heavyweight Suzuki Gun goons with him. And then Tamatonga proceeds to come out while they coming out and beats the shit out of El Desperado behind his back and takes the Suzuki Gun flag to cover his face.
Yeah.
And then, and then when Suzuki turns around, he throws a flag at this nigga's face, and then they proceed to brawl for I don't even know how long around the ring. And I don't know how long it was, and then they finally get back in the ring, and then they start grabbing steel chairs and having a lightsaber battle with them, yo.
Yeah. This is just having fun in the tournament. For someone
Yeah.
who said he didn't give a shit about the tournament,
Mm-hmm.
he seems to be having the time of his life.
Yeah.
He's just going out there and just having fun. Fighting Yano, like sneaking up behind him. Like he snuck up behind him while he was coming out, not to necessarily hit him from the beginning. He just like tapped him on the shoulder, and then when Yano turned around, he would turn, like he would like turn towards his back.
Yeah, because
doing
there was always that thing, like, even back when Tamatonga used to just be the Bullet Club's residential pin eater. There was always that thing where Toriano was always just afraid of that. They could always run away from that nigga while he's
Yeah.
on the all fours sliding on the ground on him.
Back when Tamatonga wasn't doing shit.
And apparently there was some, I don't even know how long ago this was, yo, but I just saw a video on YouTube where, like, in an interview, AJ Styles said that, like, the 2 Bullet Club members that he thinks should come to WWE are, you want to guess?
Briscoes.
No. I said Bullet Club
The
members,
Bullet
nigga.
Club.
My bad.
Who, the Gorillas of Destiny?
No, Tamatonga and Bad Luck Fale.
The hell would? Okay.
Nigga, he's going to carry Finn, nigga. I told you.
Okay. I mean, I know that, but he has to do something more. He can't just go. I mean,
Hey.
maybe he can.
He could. He could bully some people, yo.
Yeah, we have Killian Dane doing shit in
Yeah.
NXT, jumping on people and. But
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like
Speaking
keep
of
them
that,
together.
fucking Sanity with the return of Eric Young on NXT.
yeah, Eric Young came back.
They beat the shit out of AOP, yo. It's like, on the real, it's been a mad long time since I've seen a good heel versus heel feud.
Yeah, I was about to say heel versus heel, and I
Yeah.
like that none of them are pushing towards the face side. They
Nope.
haven't changed anything whatsoever.
Fans are just picking who to choose.
Picking who to choose.
Well, I think
Who the-
it seems like they picked Sanity.
Yeah. Or AOP. And then they made a weird match at the end of that. I mean, in the middle of that. Roderick Strong faces
Oh yeah, I
Rude.
remember this segment. Yeah.
at the end, like after the takeover in Brooklyn. Even if Bobby Roode isn't champion. That's weird.
Yeah,
I hate that
but
Roderick Strong is really not there to win the belt.
he went and said that he'll put the title on the line against Roger Strong if he beats Homeboy next week though.
Drew McIntyre. Oh,
Yeah,
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre. Yeah.
Oh boy.
I
said
always
Drew
just say
McIntyre.
Homeboy if I can't remember the dude's name right off the bat. Yeah,
Galloway.
You call him, nigga? You call him Drew McIntosh?
McIntyre, nigga.
You said McIntosh, nigga.
I said McIntyre. I didn't say Drew Applesauce.
Drew Applesauce? Hey, that's my nigga. That's my nigga right there.
Drewy Appleseed, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Okay. So I think I am out of topics for now.
Yeah. And then,
The G1 concludes this weekend, so by next Thursday we will know who the next challenger is for Okada's championship at the Tokyo
Or
Dome.
do we? Because you still have to
Muffin
defend.
ass.
You still have to defend your rights.
Yeah, you still have to defend, yeah. Just like Rusev and Cena are doing right now in One Tree Hill.
What?
Say what?
I said just like Rusev and Cena are doing right now at One Tree Hill. They're defending the fuck shit of the year award
yeah.
until December.
They're
Oh
not
yeah.
defending it. They already won.
No,
I
you never know.
We're treating this like the
Son,
pre-
do you know how much of a fuck shit would have to happen for them to like be like, all right, man, maybe this isn't fuck shit.
Well,
of
we're
the
still
year."
gonna get Big Show versus Big Cass with Enzo in a cage next Sunday. so
I forgot
You know-
that was the match.
maybe
you don't want to see them match?
Fuck
just
no.
match.
Why do I want to see a little nigga in a cage match?
Nigga, yo, that's what they need to call it,
Jericho.
man.
A little nigga in a cage.
Wait,
Little nigga in the cage match.
What is the is he
Damn.
What?
like? Why
Yo,
is he in a cage?
your shit is all types of fucked up, Jared.
Because Big Cass got tired of Enzo interfering and everything.
hmm
Essentially tired of people breathing.
Like for the past 3 weeks straight, I beat
Whatever.
the shit
Past
out
3
of the
weeks.
Big Show, and Enzo keeps interfering. And then when I turn around, I get knocked out. So let me beat up Big Show without Enzo.
Jesus
Kurt Angle was
Christ.
gonna,
Sounds like an autistic child. No offense.
Kurt Angle was gonna. He announced that match like he was gonna give him something better. He's
Mhm.
like, "Oh, you want that match? Well, here, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. At SummerSlam, it's gonna because he's like, oh, I want to face a Big Show, and he's like, oh, what do you want me to do? Put him in a cage? Like, he's like, yeah, that's exactly what I want you to do. And he's like, all right, I'll give you one better. Next week, you face the Big Show, and Enzo is gonna be in the shark cage above the ring. I'm like, you just said that. Like, I thought he was gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna put him in like,
No,
something
I'm
else.
going to win this match with Enzo in a cage because I'm Big Cass and I'm 7 foot tall and I can't use that anymore.
The funniest thing is in commentary, Michael Cole is just stumbling, like, oh, Big Show, Big Cass catches Big Show with a big pool of his own. I'm like, oh my god.
There's too many niggas with
Jeez.
the word
Yeah.
big in their name, yo, right now. So
I'm like, oh.
it's like Big Show, Big Cass, Big E.
I told you they need to form a stable.
Fuck, yo, what if they get Big Mike over there, man?
Yo, what if Method Man starts wrestling under the name
Big
Big John?
Mike?
Mo?
Big Mike.
Like I said, Big Mike.
Hey, who's another wrestler who's a former wrestler with a name Big on their name?
I don't.
Big John Stud.
Oh yeah,
Big,
Big
John
John
Stud.
Stud, middle name.
Big Johnson.
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that guy?
Yo, come
Big
on,
Dick
man.
Dudley.
Yeah, that little dude that used to come out with the fucking thong and oil and shit.
Yeah.
He's DX, he thought was
I hated that shit.
Big Dick Johnson. That dude was a creative writer for this show.
Didn't Jim Ross punch him in his nuts?
I
I remember See, I can't find this video anymore, and it makes me mad. But there was this episode where Big Dick Johnson starts dancing on top of the table, and Jim Ross is like, "What's the over or under if I hit him in his nuts?" And he punched
Oh
him in
yeah, I
his nuts,
forgot about Big
and
Dick Johnson.
he just goes flying off the
He
fucking
always
table.
fucked with JR like off script on the air all the time, just to test that guy's patience.
Yeah, he got tested
They
that
had,
day.
they had Santina come out
He
and say
had
that
the-
he was in
had
love
the
with
nerve to say-
JR, and he's sitting there like, nope, I'm happily married. And then Santina calls him Mr. Barbecue Man. And then Cole is like, oh, come on, Mr. Barbecue Man. And this dude completely roasts Cole, like, oh, Mr. Barbecue Man, who fed you that line? I'm like, damn. Exposing the... Oh, speaking of it, before we close out, I wanted to talk about this. I watched CZW this weekend. Like, I put myself through a torturous show just to watch the main event, because I always like Atsushi Onita's death matches, and I wanted to see this one. But the talk of that show, if you haven't seen the GIF everywhere, because it's been everywhere, Leo Rush faced Joey Janela in like a grudge match, because he's going to NXT, and you know that was his last indie match there. They did a spot. They bring out a Jeff Hardy tier ladder. If you know what a Jeff Hardy tier ladder is, it's
Those
like
really
big
tall
one.
fucking ladders.
big ladder. And Joey Janela sets up Leo Rush for a power bomb, like from a couple steps away from the top, which is still pretty fucking high. He hits the power bomb on him through a table. Dude lands on his neck, and he stands right back up and stares at Joey Janela. No sold the shit out of it. And the crowd just has their hands up in the air. Like, you know those moments where you have your hands up in the air in excitement, and you have your hands up in the air questioning, like, what the fuck just happened? It was more or less the second one. And then a couple seconds later, they all collectively chant, kill the business.
Damn.
Like, dude, you can't do that. Like, that was a spot among spots. And he just plopped right back up and stared at him. And like, what? And then he won the match. You want to know what the finish of that match was? A pedigree.
I thought you was gonna say a roll up.
It was a pedigree.
How underwhelming.
Oh,
They
shit,
still in the
I-
fucking British strong
I was
styles
in the
gimmick.
second. I was in the
It-
second highest tier in their 4 communities. Oh shit.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that match ended with a pedigree, and then he gives a speech. He was a heel in the match, and he gives a speech.
So is the pedigree going to be his move too, or because
No.
I mean they yelled, what's it called?
I
Because
think he just did it. I think he just did it because I mean everyone knows where Leo Rush is going. He's going to NXT.
He's gonna come to
Right.
NXT and he's gonna win matches with a 630.
I mean, but the thing is, I hope the people in NXT are taking notes that in order to beat this guy, you're just gonna have to shoot him, or
Yeah.
just. I mean, that match pissed me off towards the end. Like I was enjoying that match because I always like the matches. They've been feuding for like 2 years, but they're like the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens of CZW. And for that feud to end with such a spot like that, I was like, oh. Hey, but the show ended. The show ended even worse. The match I wanted to see turned out to be a
why didn't you
gigantic
sell
disappointment.
the man match?
Yeah, I wanted to see Onita versus Matt Tremont. That's like a dream match for terms of like death match fans and stuff like that. Like even I wanted to see that match. I'm not much of a death match kind of guy. I just like Onita.
Would he
Oh,
be able to
Onita's
sell
the guy.
DDT?
He's like, remember the match I showed you where the ring blew up and shit in the cage?
Yeah.
Yeah, Onita was in that match where he kicked out of the explosion.
I was like, yo, I got so mad after watching that shit, yo. I was like,
The ring exploded.
it was like there was a giant explosion. All you saw was
Exploded.
like, yeah, that shit. But still, there was a giant explosion. All you saw was a bunch of smoke. Niggas is on the ground, and when the smoke cleared and you saw one nigga getting pinned, this nigga kicked out. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
You can't kill Hayabusa with an explosion.
Why not?
God. Because he was Hayabusa. Well, he ended up hurting himself, sadly, and he passed away last year. But, yeah, the main event, they build this up like Cena versus The Rock. Once in a lifetime. The pay-per-view was named CZW Once in a Lifetime. And they take the match and turn it into a six-man tag. Because Onita had his entourage of 2, like, FNW wrestlers, and then Tremont had his entourage. In the middle of the match, he's like, oh, why don't we just make this a 6-man tag? They're like, fuck it, let's do it. And the two people who were originally supposed to face off one-on-one were not even involved in the finish of the match, which the crowd booed to hell. And of course, in WWE fashion that they took notes from, we're getting this match again in Japan. He's like, you know what? The explosions here, like Onita buried America and the company without even knowing it. He said their explosions were cheap, that the arena was cheap, that their weapons were cheap, that if he wants to have a real match, they need to go do it in Japan. Because he's in his retirement tour. Mind you, Onita's retired like 7 times already, so I don't even believe it. But this is his retirement. And he's like, you know what? We're going to have this match in Japan. He's like, fuck it, we'll do it in Japan. Like, okay. But that's probably going to turn into a 6-man tag, too. And Onita can't do the crazy shit he did before, because that dude's like 59, 69 years old.
Let him.
So, that dude's going to die in the ring.
So?
But AJ ain't nothing but a number, nigga.
Yeah, tell that to Terry Funk, who is going to have another match
I think.
after the one he
Yeah,
had.
tell that old nigga that I was just playing.
Hey, I think Terry Funk Jr. is still wrestling in Japan. Damn, Derek, you just sound like Transformers.
Yeah, you sound like
Is that
shit.
bad?
Sound like
You're
an
better.
asshole.
You're good now. You're good now.
Nigga say,
You used to sound like la la la. No.
sound like when you reverse the Transformers sound backwards. Yeah. So yeah, if you get a chance, watch CZW once in a lifetime. There's actually good matches on that, except those last two. You know shit is bad when your world champion does not main event. He's on the third to last match.
Yeah,
Why isn't Shane Strickland main eventing CZW show? He is legit. And he got stabbed with barbecue fucking skewers in the face in that match. And it wasn't even a death match. It was a one-on-one regular singles match. And he's getting stabbed in the face. Why? Why can't we have Cena in a death match?
Like he
As
would
soon
really
as in a
fucking
death
do
match,
that.
I want him to actually die.
Has Cena been close to anything death match-ish?
No.
Besides the last man standing matches? Like he always does some
Uh,
shit too.
With JBL.
The parking lot brawl?
I want to say that match, that I Quit match he had against JBL was like the closest shit you gonna get to a death match with Cena.
Yeah.
What about
Cena,
what was it a match?
Cena used to bleed, son.
What was a match when he got fucking thrown through the spotlight?
Oh yeah, and he
He
sold
got thrown
that.
through the
He
spotlight.
showed that he sold that spotlight for like a good 2 months, and then he showed up at the pay per view perfectly fine. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
The weirdest shit. Like he went through a whole light. He's not electrocuted. He's not burned, not cut or anything. He's just like taking a nap in there.
Hey, well, he lost the last man standing match. I was like, God damn, you chose slam this nigga through a giant ass spotlight.
This shit had me dying. I was like, wow. And at the time, WWE isn't doing that stuff anymore. So they're still not doing that kind of.
Well,
Well, we just
WWE
saw
don't
something.
do a lot of everything anymore, so yeah.
Well, we just saw Roman Reigns trying to kill a guy last month. So
Yeah, that was cool.
He said that was cool.
cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. We almost saw a guy get attempted murder on prime
What do you
time
mean?
TV.
What do you mean? Attempted murder is always cool.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
It's
You
only
guys don't
an
watch
attempt.
It'd be much better if they went all the way through, but the attempt is great.
Well, he couldn't because then Braun was all good after 2 weeks, so yeah.
Yeah, that was the weird part. That makes The Rock look like such a bitch for taking like a month off. Back in
Speaking
02.
of The Rock, I
What?
saw an Instagram post of The Rock and it made me feel so fucking old because he had a beard that was gray, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
damn,
He's
son.
redoing his tattoo. He's redoing the bull.
He's redoing the tattoo, but the fact that like it made me feel old because it was
Nigga,
like
he's 45.
I know
45.
that part.
Yeah, but when you see like an
still,
old, someone you grew up watching with like a beard, like oh,
I know
started
that
feeling
part.
old when fucking Shane McMahon's hair went
Come on,
gray.
man. When his hairline started to really go, He cut that shit off. You should have known he
Man,
was
when-
getting old then.
How did people like
I
mention that
knew
when
he was
Shane
getting old.
came-
I
when
knew he
Shane
was
came
getting
back
old.
last? Oh my god!
But it
I
was the
felt,
fact that, like, I felt that,
Shane was
like,
somebody's grandpa.
yeah, when Shane came back last year, I was like, man, because you get the flashbacks of the last time you saw him, and he had like all the jet black hair and the,
Yeah.
you know, like he was a slightly thinner. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how old am I?
Shane is.
Holy hell! I mean, I felt like that when The Rock came back in 2011 with the baldy. I'm like, I didn't even know he was bald or anything. I'm like, okay.
It didn't bother me so much because he was bald like in 2003 when he was like.
No, he had the
emo or
fade. He
whatever.
had like a fade.
I know, but like it didn't. That's why I guess I was kind of okay with it at 2011. But yeah, I saw that gray hair and I was like,
Damn.
shit.
Peanut came back with the Vin Diesel.
didn't he say something about that too?
Well, what?
Being bald. He's like, yeah, I'm bald.
When are we gonna get Vin Diesel versus The Rock at Mania? I thought they hated each other.
I heard
They
they're
didn't.
okay.
They don't hate each other.
I
I
think
wanna
they only
see-
did that. I think
I
they
want
only
to see
did that for the
Tyrese
movie.
versus the Usos. In a Joker.
Nah, nah, because
Tyrese versus
Tyrese.
Titus O'Neil versus Apollo Crews.
Because all you gonna get is Tyrese being like, oh, that shit's crazy, son.
Let's have Tyrese join the Titus brand. Oh no,
That'd be
he
cool.
takes over. Like he kicks out Titus O'Neil and makes it the Tyrese brand.
No, it's Tyrese
Tyrese?
Worldwide, nigga.
Oh, Tyrese World. Okay, Black Tie Worldwide.
Hey, I get another
Tie's
Black
the
Tie
rapper,
album.
man.
Exactly.
Why do you
You
want
know we
another
can't-
Black Tie album?
Well, I ain't heard the album. I
No,
heard
I
the
don't-
mixtape.
I want him being. We had a mixtape.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why is an actor? Oh my god.
he's a singer first. He was a singer
Hey,
first,
but
man.
if you're an actor, singer, why do you need a mixtape to promote your album?
That
people
was a
don't
while
know?
ago.
It's
It
because he
wasn't-
was promoting his transition into Black Tie. I was like at the beginning of that
Yeah,
thing.
I didn't.
this was before he blew up as an actor. Or right,
Did he really-
it might have been right around the.
No, because
Did he really blow up though?
it was a few years after.
He was in.
Hey,
Nigga,
baby
It was a
boy.
few years. It was a few years
Like-
after Fast and Furious 6. So. I mean, 2.
I'm gonna say- I
and
mean,
he was
made
in them
Baby Boy.
Transformers movies. Man, he been in a lot.
He did Baby Boy, which is BET's #1 movie of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the Alter Ego album, which was one disc R&B and then one disc hip hop. That was 06.
So we should get a Black Tie album sometime soon.
Because he had the Tyrese disc and the Black Tie disc. He had a
Imagine-
song called Get Low. He had another song called Get It In, nigga.
Damn. So get low the singing part and get it in the Black Tie.
No, Get Low is one of the rap songs.
Would have been cool if he had like a nice little soft version of it
He
for
had-
singing. Get it in.
One, lights on, turn you out. You know, that might be.
Man, I want someone to do an album like that where they're a singer and rapper, so they
Was
like
Snoopy on the remix?
on the singing side they like sing it like calmly, but on the rapper side it's the same message, but they're just like more straightforward with it.
Man, that's too much work.
It's not. Dude, like
Yeah, it
you
is.
can do that.
And it would be a lot of work, so I wouldn't.
You know you haven't done that because your mixtape ain't never coming
Yeah, I
out.
know.
You and Jay Electronica
Nigga,
are like,
it's
label
like
mate.
my shit has been like a year overdue.
And
So
support
yeah,
that.
and it's gonna be 2 years. So
The investors are like, come on, man, you're not releasing anything.
nigga, I don't got no investors. I wish I had investors, then I would actually work.
Nigga, I'll put $10 on your mixtape. Come on, man.
Your
No.
artist and repertoire, like, come on, Rashawn, you gotta give the
Yo,
people.
sir, I'm about to be your manager, man, and
No.
I'm taking
You can
30%.
push them to release.
30%, you supposed to get 10, nigga. I know the rules. Yo, eat a dick.
Nah, dog.
Manager and leaks
If,
it out.
if I'm actually I'm a featured artist and the manager, nigga. I'm taking extra bread.
No, you not.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna work.
All
No,
in the video. All in the video.
you fired, nigga, already.
How am I fired? You can't fire me, nigga. You ain't nothing without me.
I'm
What?
telling you, he's gonna sign as your manager and then leak your album.
Yep. That's the first thing I do, and I'll leak it and be selling it, and I'll be like, "Yo, Rashawn, nigga, you went platinum, nigga. How?"
Somebody stole your album. I'm sorry, man. You're gonna have to start another one from scratch so they don't get the
Yeah,
same
man.
thing.
Well, that leaked album sold about 1 million copies, nigga. To who?
That's what people used to do. When the album was bootlegged, they would go back and redo the album, like right when it was about to come out.
Now they just don't give a shit.
Like, Yeah, that must
Fuck
suck.
it.
It's
Like,
like
yo, man, they leaked half your album.
I was reading that happened with a Lil Kim album, a Mobb Deep album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that must be
That happened to a
terrible.
lot of artists, man, where your shit gets leaked and you're just like, fuck, I gotta go
Yeah.
back to the studio.
Anyway, let's close out this week's show. Thank you
Yeah,
for
it
joining.
was-
We had a massive overrun. I apologize for that.
No,
Because
we
I thought-
don't.
no, it was an hour
like-
and 35 minutes.
I like long content.
Yeah.
Did you start the wrap up music?
I'll talk
Yeah, I
about more.
just did.
All right.
Okay, so we'll see you guys next week we'll talk about the results of the G1 and
Yeah.
any upcoming.
We'll be back
Well,
next week
you
with
know, yo.
Anderson Silva.
Yeah, we'll be back when we get to announce that Tetsuya Naito's won the G1 Climax.
No, Daryl's gonna win the G1 finals.
Daryl's dead, nigga.
Not dead, he's recovering.
You
He
don't-
survived his.
You don't
Let's put it
recover from getting your guts ripped out by a fucking
He's-
big ass 360-pound nigga.
He is recovering from death, like Chucky.
Shawty, if you with it, you can get it long dick style.
Long
And there goes the
stop,
copyright
long
strike.
stop.
Shh, so we'll see you next week. Other one should be oh,
Yeah.
Long
T-shirt.
dick style.
Try a t-shirt. Someone put the link to our t-shirt because apparently there's going to be a massive sale on the website. And I hope our shirts go on sale. Buy a shirt. Buy a shirt. I'm say, buy
Yeah.
a shirt. Yeah, Naz is going to have a sale on